G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping straight into Go Battle League, and we are in Season 6 Great League, and my team is Galvantula, Galarian Stunfisk and Victory Bell, but I am going to change that up. So Galvantula is running Volt Switch, Discharge and Lunge, Stunfisk is running Mud Shot, Rock Slide and Earthquake, so nothing interesting there, but I am actually going to swap in Diggersby to mix things up. So Diggersby is going to run Mud Shot, Fire Punch and Earthquake. Now it has got some interesting matchups. So it wins against Galarian Stunfisk, wins against Skarmory, wins against Bastiodon, Marowak and Galvantula. There's some of the huge wins that it picks up, and some of the losses that it has. Azumarill, Wishcash, Swampert, Altaria is a big loss. So we'll jump in and we'll see how we go. So I throw Diggersby in, swap straight into the Galvantula. I'm not going to shield this up. It is lunge, so it doesn't do too much damage. And they come into Azumarill, which is not a good matchup. But it's good to get Azumarill out of the way now, because obviously Azumarill doesn't match up well. My Galarian Stunfisk also doesn't match up well. So that's sort of the play there, is bring that in and try and draw out the counter, because then you've got a little bit more play with the Galarian Stunfisk in the back. I'll bring in a Azumarill here, and they have obviously stored up a little bit of energy, so we'll shield this up and we'll see what we get. So Ice Beam comes through, and I am looking to now throw the lunge and hopefully grab a shield. Let's see, no shield unfortunately. Got one extra bubble through, and I got an extra Volt Switch through as well. So out comes their own Galarian Stunfisk. So going to be the dreaded mirror, unless of course they decide to swap out, which they are not. So let's see, they've thrown the earthquake. I have got a lunge through on them, so they are obviously doing they're debuffed, so happy days for me. Throw the rock slide, and I am able to get a shield bait there, so absolutely outstanding. I'm going to throw my shield up. Oh, and they baited me, but that's fine. And then out comes their Galvantula. So that's not looking too bad for me. So what I need to do here is charge this down. I'm going to throw the rock slide for bait here. Grab that last shield, which I do, and then I'm going to look to swap out and catch a charge move, and I was able to do so. So swapped out there, caught the rock slide on the Galvantula, able to get that taken out. A couple more mud slaps to get the earthquake, and then I'm able to throw the earthquake, KO theirs, and win that match. So that's insanely close. Without that sack swap, that was GG's to the opponent. Able to get that sack swap in and win the game. So insanely close first matchup there. So Diggersby doing a job, but not sort of showcasing anything much there. So not good to have that against and Azumarill. So into the second match, and Togekiss comes out. So I'm going to throw the straight up discharge here. Let's see if I get a shield. I do get a shield, unfortunately, which does mean that they're going to be able to charm me down before I'm able to get to a charge move, so they win switch. So I'm going to shield this up in case it is a flamethrower, and it is the flamethrower. And then I'm going to look to farm down. So aggressive farm down there. The mud shots do absolutely no damage. And then I've got a lot of energy stored. So there goes one rock slide. Going to go for the next one, but they leave the game. So I'm assuming they had something super weak to Galarian Stunfisk in the back, which is a bit interesting, because if they had something super weak to it in the back, then their whole line was, so maybe they were running triple charmer or something like that. So into the next match, and out comes outcomes. So on the lead, they have Galarian Stunfisk. So I'm going to shield this up, and it's a correct shield. So the reason I swapped into my own was I was hoping that they would swap out into something, and then I could line my Diggersby up against this. So I do decide to go straight for the earthquake there and get the shield. They're going to just beat me to this one. I'm going to let this go, and it is the earthquake. So that's a bit unfortunate for me, but I am at my own earthquake, so I'm going to throw that, and we'll see if we get their second shield. So I've got their second shield, and they're going to look to charge me down here, which they are able to do. I'm going to be able to bring out Diggersby here, and see what we get. So was able to, they swap into their Azumarill here, and then I'm going to switch into my Galvantula because obviously that's got a much better matchup. Going to throw the charge move straight away. They've got no shield, so all is good. So I'm going to count up these charge moves. They can't count up their fast moves. They do not have enough to get to another charge move. So I'm going to save up all that energy, throw the lunge on Galvantula there, and I was going to go for back-to-back lunges, but they did throw the Rock Slide to take me out. Out comes my Diggersby here, and I'm going to have to throw the Earthquake. I'm hoping that takes it out. Unfortunately, it doesn't take it out, and we CMP tie. So this is absolutely brutal. Really, really unfortunate. Going to do absolutely no taps there to try and be able to farm up a little bit of extra energy, because I would have liked to be able to have a charge move ready for the Galarian Stunfisk. Unfortunately, it's able to get to the charge move and take me out. So had we not CMP tied there, I would have been able to win that game. Real unfortunate there, real unfortunate. So that's my misplay. I shouldn't have bothered throwing a charge move on the Galvantula. I should have just fast move farmed it down. So we've got a Azumarill on the lead, and this is absolutely fantastic. So Diggersby comes out, and its charge move, so it's going to be running a ghost type charge move. It's going to do absolutely nothing, so it's stuck using Bone Club against me. So they decide to shield up that first bait, which is absolutely outstanding. So going to throw another Fire Punch here. Unfortunately, don't get the shield that time. I am not going to shield up either, so possibly should have just gone for the Earthquake. This time I will go for the Earthquake. I also don't want to leave much health on this because I do not want their Azumarill to have much to farm up. But to my surprise, they come out with a Abomasnow. So that's an interesting choice. And I guess they're hoping that Abomasnow can handle what's in the back. So they're down 2 shields, and I've got my Galarian Stunfisk to come out against this Abomasnow. I am a little wary here that they're going to try and swap out and catch a charge move. I will shield up one of these, and I will save 1 shield for the Galvantula against the Azumarill. So we'll see what we get. They're not swapping out, so I'm going to throw that charge move and see how much damage I do with the Rock Slide. I do quite a bit of damage with the Rock Slide. Unfortunately, we get another CMP tie. Abomasnow wins the CMP tie, and then I'm going to go in with the Stunfisk here. So don't do much damage, and then I swap into my Galvantula to get an extra Volt Switch in, and take out the Abomasnow, and then able to throw the Discharge straight onto the Azumarill. And because I had an extra Volt Switch, I'm able to get to a second Discharge before the Azumarill is able to get to a charge move. So able to save that shield, and that is a good game right there. So really good there, and happy with that one. So can't complain too much there. So swapping in the Galvantula to get 1 Volt Switch in on the Abomasnow. To be honest, probably didn't make a huge difference there. But had we been on, even if I had no shields, that would have made all the difference in the world, because I would have been able to get to the 2 charge move before they're able to get to 1. So I swap into my Galarian Stunfisk, hoping that the Raichu is going to swap out, but it doesn't. It stays in. So I'm going to throw my Rock Slides. We'll see what it wants to do. So it's going to continue to stay in for whatever reason, and double shielded the Raichu. So really interesting. Again, we've got another CMP tie, and I decide to shield up. Unfortunately for me, it is another Thunder Punch. So wasted shield there. CMP tied, able to get 1, so undercharge that, and able to get 1 fast move in here. So this is really bad for my team. So thankfully I charged up a lunge before I got out of there with Galvantula. So although Galvantula is a horrible matchup for this, I'm still going to come in with Galvantula and instantly throw the lunge to try and take this out, because my whole team does not like this. So Diggersby is going to have a rough time with it. And then the last one to come in is a Steelix. So I'm going to throw the lunge here and then get out of there and come in with the Diggersby and just go to town on this thing. So able to get to the Earthquake before they're able to get to a charge move and just absolutely nukes that thing. So happy days. So really good game there. And really glad I was able to get into save up a lunge on that Galvantula before swapping out. So able to go 4-1 in that set because I CMP tied that game and burned that energy. Should have not burnt any energy and just charged it down. So out comes a Alolan Marowak here. Going to let this go. It's going to be a Bone Club. It's going to be super effective, but it's such a weak move that doesn't really do too much. And then able to... What I wanted them to do is swap out so I can get that matched up against Diggersby in end game. So out comes their Shiftry, which is not ideal for me. Going to want to... I had an energy lead, so able to get to a few charge moves here. So able to get to another one as they farm me down. But I do know there's going to be a flurry of... charge moves coming through, and so I decide to really risk it here and come in with the Diggersby and get a head start on energy generation. They do throw a foul play, so that's good for me. I am going to shield this second one up because it is the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is going to be super effective against me. Here, I think I can tank a Leaf Blade. Let's find out. Leaf Blade comes through, and look at all that damage. So instead of throwing the energy that I had on Diggersby, I stored that energy, swapped into the Galvantula. I knew I would have to use my second shield, but I'm able to then get an energy head start on the Galvantula. So going to throw the Volt Switch here, do a little bit of damage, and then out comes a Ferrothorn. So for this one, I'm going to throw the lunge. They're going to then throw a Power Whip here. Not going to be very effective. What I should have done here is thrown the lunge straight away. I threw the discharge and it's not very effective, and then they're able to charge me down. So come in with the Diggersby here. I'm going to charge up as a little bit of extra energy, throw the Fire Punch. It's going to take KO, but then I need to get to this Earthquake. Able to get to the Earthquake with that little bit of extra energy before they're able to get to a charge move and take it out. So 1 HP and an absolute dream there. So that is such a close game. Little bit of a misplay there by me, but such a close game, ridiculously close. So really good to get that win and really happy with that one. So we'll jump straight into the next one and see what we get. So I am in rank 4 now. So with the last 4 and 1, I did boost up. So Skarmory on the lead. So this is not good for me. So the reason I'm staying in with Galvantula is my best answer probably to the Wishcash, which is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. My next best would probably be the probably be the Diggersby. So I swap that in and catch a charge move. I'm going to let this one go and we'll see a Mud Bomb come through. Unfortunately, the charge move was Blizzard. I'm going to throw this Fire Punch and see if I can take this thing out. Let's see. And no shield, and then able to fast move, farm it down to get a little bit of a head start on energy. Out comes the Skarmory, and I guess because it's a Diggersby uses Mud Shot, they were thinking they were safe, but obviously the Fire Punch is going to be super effective. So going to throw those Fire Punches there, and out comes Lucario, and I did try to switch. Unfortunately, they were able to close combat. Well, they were able to counter me down. I'm expecting this to possibly be a power-up punch, but I do have to shield it, and it is the power-up punch, unfortunately. They get to another move. This is going to be power-up punch as well. It was too quick to get to another one. And then I'm going to throw the discharge here and take this out, because I do not want to see this with my Galarian Stunfisk. Out comes a full health Galarian Stunfisk, and they leave the game, because that is well and truly GG's right there. So really good game there, and able to get Diggersby to do some absolute work. So really good there, and we'll jump straight into the next one. So playing a rank 2 player, so I don't really know how it's matching people up. When I was rank 2, I was matching against 4, and now it's the inverse. So on the lead here, Groddle, a bit of a different one. Obviously, my charge move is going to be super effective, so it does need to shield that up. So there we go. So got the first shield. I am going to actually match this shield, because I'm not 100% sure what this charge move is going to be. It is another body slam. They are using Razor Lips, so I'm going to throw another one. Let's see if they want to double shield this. They do. So let's see if I can get to a lunge before they can get to a body slam. I can, so that's really good for me, and that means not only am I going to take shield advantage, I'm also going to take switch advantage. So out comes a Raikou, and this is looking absolutely spectacular. So out comes the Diggersby. What comes out? A Umbreon. So this is going to be a bit of a slow one here in terms of taking this out, because it does have a lot of health, but this is GG's right here. Going to be able to make a really solid play. So in honesty, I probably could have stayed in with the Diggersby and closed this match out, but swapped into the Galarian Stunfisk, because I wanted the matchup of I wanted Diggersby matched up against the Raikou if I needed it. So here they get to one last move, and I decide I'm just going to shield this up, charge it, fast move, farm it down, and then throw the Earthquake on Raikou when it comes through, and that is going to be enough to say GG's and take that game really, really comfortably in the end. So really being able to take switch and a shield advantage in that first matchup, absolutely superb. So had they got to another body slam or another charge move, whatever that was, I was going to double shield as well, and then it would have been wow, it would have still been a good game. So out comes Steelix on the lead. So this is an interesting one, and I'm actually going to go for the Fire Punch. So I'll over farm a little bit here. Go for the Fire Punch, see if I grab a shield. I unfortunately don't grab a shield, so they're going to, and I know Steelix is an absolute tank, but it's got no attack whatsoever. Uses the crunch, you don't get stab on it, so does, as you can see, not much damage to Diggersby. It's a little bit tanky, which is really nice. And then I'm going to look to fast move farm this down, so I have energy on whatever comes out. So an Absol comes out, so that's interesting. I'm going to go straight for the big old nuking Earthquake, and Absol goes down. Out comes a Umbreon again, and then Diggersby is going to go to town with these Fire Punches, because obviously they've got two shields. They're going to have to start using them at some point. I'm now going to let this go because I want to come in with my Galvantula. I did actually survive that with 1 HP, so I get to another Fire Punch, which is spectacular, and then they farm me down. So swap into Galvantula because the bug type move is going to be super effective, and it's also going to debuff, so why not? They've got not much chance there, and then we'll look to charge this down. So I'll use my second shield. I really don't need to, but I don't want to be one of those people that tries to flex and save shields. This is going to be enough to take it out, but they do use their last shield, and then one fast move takes it down. So that is another good game. So really happy with that one. Able to take the win, and Diggersby just absolutely nuking that Absol. So bit of a unique pick, but happy days. So out comes a Bastiodon, which I don't like, and here what I want to do is have them swap this out, so I can line up Diggersby against them, but they decide not to swap. They're going to stay in, so what I want to do is going to throw the Earthquake there, and I'm not going to shield this up because I think it's going to be a Stone Edge rather than the Flamethrower. It is, I'm able to charge it down, so this is really going to be an uphill battle for them. They do have an Azumarill, so why they didn't switch that straight in, I do not know. Maybe they wanted me to burn some energy so I couldn't threaten the Azumarill as much. But for this, I am going to just let it go. So they use Play Rough, which is just strange. They're running Play Rough and Hydro. Just go straight Hydro. It's one move and not worth it if the person doesn't shield. So no shielded that. Able to get to another charge move, do a little bit of chip damage, but they are going to farm me down and they've got so much energy. So I'm going to come in with my Galvantula. I'm going to commit both of my shields to this match. I assume they're going to get to 2 moves, and it is the Ice Beam. So why did they not use Ice Beam? Better move against more energy efficient move against the Stunfisk. So they swap into a Altaria. So this is a really horrible matchup for Diggersby. So I should have actually gone straight for the discharge there. So that was a foolish play. I was able to get to the discharge, which is really nice. And then I'm going to try and catch this charge move on Diggersby, which I am able to do, and store Galvantula in the back in case it is required. So all of these are going to be very resisted by Altaria. At least the Fire Punch is only single resisted, whereas Flying type is immune to ground. So able to take out the Altaria, get to the Earthquake, and take out the Azumarill. So Diggersby taking out an Altaria and an Azumarill in that game. Yeah, just crazy. So was able to take that game, and that was really, really good. Did not like seeing that Altaria in the back, and able to go 5-0 with this team. So 4-1, and that one was a very sloppy mistake on my part. And then 5-0. So really good games there. And let's see. So hit the excellent throw. I've got a video that tells you how to improve your excellent throws. It is going to be needed. And at the moment, it gives you 2000 XP to hit an excellent throw. Like, that's crazy. With level 50 being out, you really want... Well, I mean, I'm not at the XP cap yet, so I need all the XP I can get. So check out that 2000 XP for that excellent throw. And then, yeah, so watch that video. Check it out. Hopefully it'll help you improve. I'll claim that reward, and that gets me straight into rank 5. So 5-0, straight into rank 5. Happy days. So Diggersby, I really actually like. It's a really solid Pokemon. It does have some weaknesses, Azumarill being one of them, Altaria being the other, and they're still 2 very meta Pokemon. But as you can see, I did come across a couple of them, and I was able to work around it. The other one is Wishcash is a little bit questionable, depending on what moveset it's running, but I was able to also handle those fairly well. As you can see, those first games in those sets were just insane. So close, and the very first game, honestly, that sack swap just... Oh, spectacular. Absolutely loved it. So, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and a little bit of a unique pick in the Great League for me there, which is always fun. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.